Hi and welcome to another Pizza Ramblings. Today we're going to make some 70% hydration Caputo Nuvola dough and then we'll make a pizza with it. So let's get going. So there you go, there's the big bag of Nuvola which I'm going to take the flour from. So we've got the ingredients required: 335 grams of Nuvola, 235 grams of water, 10 grams of fine sea salt and 0.31 grams of fresh yeast. So that's all the bits we need. So I'm going to start the usual job of soaking the yeast in the water, making sure I don't leave any bits behind on that. Just give that a bit of a shaking up, and then going manual again today, being as though it's such a small amount of dough, so I might as well go manual way. In goes the water and in goes the flour, making sure that we save some to clean the bits afterwards. Just give this a bit of a stirring up with the spoon. So it should be an interesting experiment, see how it turns out again. I think Nuvola's got a bit of a higher protein. I think that's the W index is a bit higher as well than than Pizzeria, but I'm not 100% sure. Should really look that up. Bit of salt. Get all the bits off. So who knows, if this turns out alright, maybe we'll push this, see if we can get 75 out of it. Probably could do, but I'm guessing it will be a challenge. And now, do what I always do. Fabulous tip that, I learnt that off Fidel, who's on YouTube. He's got some great videos, so that credit is his. Perfect, almost completely clean. Try and get all the bits in, so all part of your ingredients. get sticky now. So at this point, I think I'm going to leave it for a few minutes, let it soak up some of that water. I think I've found a really good thing to tell whether the dough's done with its kneading and whether it's right, and that is, and we'll try it in this, as you know, you sort of like knead it for a bit, leave it for 10 minutes, go back, knead it for a bit, leave it for 10 minutes, go back, and do that over and over, trying to get the ball as smooth as you can. Well, I've noticed that when it's ready, you no longer get any flour or dough or anything on your fingers. They're completely clear, and that to me is a good sign to say that the dough's pretty much had enough. We'll see if it works out this time. We'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, so this has had maybe 10 minutes to sit there. I've actually used that time to make some 65% up in the KitchenAid. So I've got 6 dough balls going in that now, which I'm going to use tomorrow as well. This is just for a test, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I always have some spare on the go anyway. This feels sticky now. I'm just going to get that out on the bench, so I'll get some flour on there. Feels less sticky than I remember the pizzeria being the other day. That stuff was real gloop. So it seems to have absorbed the water better than the other stuff so far, feeling this. Don't think I could hand knead it like this. The other stuff, it was like more of a fold, stretch and fold job. Yeah. So I think I'll just cover that back up for a bit now. So hopefully, don't know with the 70%, but with the 65% stuff, normally when you finish kneading, you don't get any of this on your hands at the end of it all. So we'll see. Okay, that's a wrap for the minute. Okay. Feels a bit smoother. Okay, so let's give it another go. What I should say is, or I forgot to say, was that this is another 24-hour dough. so room temperature again, anywhere between 19-21 degrees. It's 6 o'clock now on Friday evening, and I will ball this up 18 hours after, which will be midday on Saturday, and then it will get cooked around about 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. Pretty standard sort of thing for me. That seems to be a good thing. Works out pretty well. I've tried all these 3-day jobs on it. I definitely do more of them, cold proofs and all that sort of stuff, but I think for just a nice dough, real nice dough, fresh yeast, 24-hour room temperature with something like Pizzeria or Nuvola or any reasonably good flour, and you always end up with a decent crust, a decent pizza. So yeah, still got a bit to go on that, I think, but it's definitely getting there. It's not as tacky, and it's starting to smoothen, as you can see. Still a bit tacky though. Hands are looking, yeah, slightly better. I don't know whether that technique I mentioned before will work with 70% hydration, but we'll keep going, persevere. Okay, let's see how we're doing. So my hands are clean. Let's see whether this works out. Okay, I'll leave it a bit longer. Okay, let's continue with 10 minutes. Oh, that's looking smooth. I'll try and do it without any flour on my hands and see how this goes. Still very, very sticky. Fingertip job. I think I'm going to get much better than that. That's pretty smooth now, that. Okay, hands, look, not too bad. This is a good way of testing whether things are getting there, I suppose. And stick that in there and then cover it over with some stuff. And then tomorrow, ball up at dinner time. So there we go. We'll see how it gets on tomorrow. I'll ball it up into 2 separate balls, and then we'll get back together to do the actual cook. So there, see you tomorrow. Warming up, ready to go. Okay, so now it's time to cook. I've got two here, we're just going to use one, make a margarita with it. Handy little tubs, they're on Amazon. Great for holding one decent sized dough ball. Feels nice. Lovely evening for it. Okay. It's looking good. Okay, let's get it in the oven. There we go. I've noticed that the higher hydration stuff doesn't seem to puff up as much. It's like 65, it's got some nice leoparding on it there. Underneath, looks okay as well. Let's take a quick look. Yeah. It's not as impressive as I thought it would be. No doubt it tastes nice, but it looks okay. It's not as fluffy as I would expect it to be. But there we go. Caputo Nuvola, 70%. Still looks like a nice bit of pizza, really. Give it a test. Very soft. Still tastes good.
So anyway, there we go. Caputo Nuvola, 70%. Cheers. Like and subscribe.
So, as an appendage to the 70% hydration pizza from before, I've just done the second dough ball and that has come out really nice. So I don't know what went wrong, but that's come out particularly nice. So there we go. Maybe it's just hit and miss, but that does look really good. 70% hydration. So there we go. Nice one. Bye for now.